awaken might. Black Rhino's rage breaks the dark night. Blue Guardians fail the test. The renegade Zoids know no rest. Created to fight, Dark Prince Croc, Black Rhino's iron rebel mark. Now charge with rage, Black Rhino's roar. Bring the blue Zoids to set the score. Crush the red Zoids two down to dust and leave their remains out to rust. Low. Zoidstar now quakes with fright. Renegade Zoids, now in fight. Fight red, blues, and renegades too. The steel-clad Rhino Zoid breaks through. The renegades don't spare their own. Lasers blast creep through steel and stone. Kills all calm, spirits all wolf Zoids. Black Rhinos will crush their androids. Now charge with rage. Black Rhinos roar. Break the blue Zoids to set the score. Crush the red Zoids two down to dust and leave their remains out to rust. Low. To fight with neon glare. Then spy finish, you tiger roar. Crush trauma down in metal gore. Now charge with rage. Black Rhinos roar. Break the blue Zoids to set the score. Crush the red Zoids two down to dust and leave their remains out to rust. Glow. On the Zoid warpath, Red Horn makes the gold Zoid's warpath. Now the Zoid invasion descends and our civilization ends. Southern Resurrect leads the way. Red Horn's rage makes the tumors pay. The horn and iron hooves tread. The gold Zoid machine breaks the dread. Now charge ahead, Red Horn with rage. Techno might breaks through any cage. Bring hell to earth, a new Zoid age. Gold Zoid lights on the stage. Now charge ahead, Red Horn with rage. Techno light breaks through any cage. Bring hell to earth, the new Zoid age. Gold Zoid light on the grand world stage. Beam cannons and electro guns. Red Horn weighs off 56 tons. Anti-air missiles, techno eyes. Radar scans and the tannery cries. Summer threatens the human race. Total collapse comes from deep space. But hope for humanity still. Make the red and gold Zoids kill. Now charge ahead, Red Horn with rage. Techno might breaks through any cage. Bring hell to earth, a new Zoid age. Gold Zoid might on the grand world stage. Now the red Zoids fight the gold's might. Red Horn charges them in Zoid spite. Slither and Hellrunner will cry. And Ego and Raptor must die. Now charge ahead, Red Horn with rage. Techno light breaks through any cage. Bring hell to earth, the new Zoid age. Gold Zoid light on the grand world stage. Rhimos failed the trick. Silos them, I will use them well. Black Rhimos, Zoids drop the bomber's shell. Crush arrows, towers, and fair fighters. We will be the history writers. Now show no mercy, Black Rhimos. Crush the heavy Zoids and photos. Take the guns if you come to blows. You know heavy Zoids can oppose. Break through bunkers and concrete walls. Black Rhimos answer the war calls. Grind the